The dream is real. They give you presentations. You are in the dream right now. The dream within a dream. The first level of awakening from the dream is to realize that you are asleep. To have that activation. To have that spiritual awakening. And then to become awakened from out of that level. It's like when you departure from your physical vessel. To return back to the truth of existence and how existence really is. How you really are. And not this temporary version of yourself. Not this watered down version of yourself that has been infiltrated by a system that has been hardwired with information and software that will keep you from revealing the system and revealing the true identity of the self and the power of the self. Now, in the movie Inception, it was individuals that went into the dream. The subconscious filled up the empty spaces inside of this dream. And it had a defense to it. That defense represents the individuals that are constantly after the star seeds. Chosen ones. You are awakened. You are no longer asleep. You are a threat to the illusion, to the system, to the dream world, where individuals that have been plugged in since birth look at your awakening as a threat. Look at your awakening as a problem. Look at your awakening as a problem to their lifestyle. They don't want to accept the fact that anything other than what they've been told, what they've been taught since birth is different. That is not real. That is an imprisonment. That they're stuck in glue. They don't want to accept that. So they are constantly fighting against the ones that are trying to wake them consciously to the fact that you are expressing but a little bit of a fraction of the truth of yourself. That you have forgotten the complete absolute of yourself. That you are more than what you have been told. That you are being right now in this very moment. You are constantly being infiltrated with the poison that you're intaking, viewing, experiencing, the struggle, to stay alive, that good old 9 to 5. And they don't want to accept anything outside of that. And think they know that something is wrong. They know that it's not supposed to be fighting and struggling to survive, just to have a certain amount of currency. But when you tell individuals that this is not how it's supposed to be, that you're in something that is completely keeping the human race from knowing itself, from allowing the human race to fulfill the potential of the human being itself, to allow that information to express itself, that intellect to come alive, so that we can spread light, truth around the entire globe. But no, they like to keep that contained. They would like to keep the darkness. They would like to keep the lack of light, lack of information. And they like to keep you as the number one target. They love their hypnosis. They have become a friend of the hypnosis metaphorically. But I don't really think it's a metaphor, right? They put some spell casting on individuals to keep individuals asleep from the fact that you are an illusion and you are dreaming, that you are a slave to the reality that you are living. Limitless, but you are acting like you're limited. You can't go but so far. And you use the excuse that we're not perfect. That is the number one excuse. Every human being is perfect in their respective moments. Right now, you're the ultimate perfect individual. There's no excuses here. And there's no way to keep attacking those that are trying to express themselves the way they're supposed to be expressed. They're doing what they were supposed to be doing in their life. They're not following the trend. They're not following the way of life that everybody is supposed to be living in life according to the system. Only doing things in the system, becoming a part of the system. We don't want nothing to do with that. So you be labeled and contained in their minds as something that's wrong, that you should be kept away. Or they want to just completely abracadabra hypnosis you, metaphorically, so you don't exist in their reality no more. That you can't come around no more. That they won't want to deal with you no more. Or you was always the problem. Like I said before, the criminal. The one that expresses the truth. The one that is the most envious, the most hated. They are always the target. That reveals the truth about reality and life itself to people is always the ones that is number one troublemaker. Are you on America's Most Wanted? Metaphorically. Well, supposed to be metaphorically. But you are constantly being dealt with by individuals that are part and stuck in this dream of the illusion and don't want to wake up from it. Yeah, they come in there and try to tell individuals the truth about themselves, and they throw stones at you because it's not coming from the system. It's not coming from information that they've been brought up to believe that is accurate and true. They don't think the information from the soul even exists because the only information they have known is their lifetime. That's about a blink of an eye to the eternal moment of existence. You have all this wisdom from eons being expressed, information that most of them have never heard before. And they don't really want to hear it. They want to remain in that sunken place, the limbo, lost in the reality, so they can remain in captive, metaphorically, in the minds, not knowing what to do, using somebody else's excitement, somebody else's thrill, somebody else's conscience to thrive off of. Almost like a parasite, metaphorically using somebody else's conscience to live. Refuse to tap into your own conscience. Refuse to separate yourself from that parasite or that dream of illusion of reality of the system, and allow for your truth of yourself to express itself, to expound, to become more. There's information inside of you that you wouldn't believe that is waiting to be released, but you are afraid because you've been told that it is the pit of that good old darkness. That's all for now. Everybody enjoy the rest of y'all day.